What's up, YouTube? It's your Shirley Rock Combo, aka the Professor on the Sticks, bringing y'all a ranked match. Yes, this is still current gen. Last video, I said that was my last one, but I still have one more left. You know, I hope y'all kicked off the new year wonderful. Welcome to 2014. You know, what are you gonna do with this year? You can take full advantage of it. You know, most of my subscribers are young. Even if you are 30, even if you're 40, you are still young. You still have an opportunity to do what you want this year. You know, take that leap. Take massive action. You know, they say, you know, whatever you do, do it big, and it takes 10 times more. You know, I read this book by Grant Cardone, and he always says, live 10x, take massive action. You know, fear just means that you're headed in the right direction. You know, you're procrastinating, you're like, oh man, I need to make this phone call, or you fear making that phone call, or, you know, you have that presentation coming up, and, you know, you don't want to go first in class, you want to go last. All that does is build up fear. You know, so you're sitting in your class for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you know, it's an hour-long class, and you have to do your 10-minute presentation, you're going last. So I mean, it means you have 30 minutes, 40 minutes just to not prepare, but just to start worrying and wondering if you're going to measure up to how your peers are doing. And so you just go up there and, you know, hey, you know, the teacher's like, hey man, who wants to go first? Raise your hand, go first, go second. Make sure you're, you know, just take action when you fear something, because this means you're heading in the right direction. It means you're taking new opportunities, you're having new problems, and all that is good. You know, you don't want to be stale. Make sure you just take massive action. You know, set your goals. I'm starting to set my goals. I'm trying to write them down as much as I can. You know, they say, everyone's like, oh, it's January 1st. You know, write down your goals. You know, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever. That was a pretty nice hit and animation there. But you know, who's going to actually accomplish their goals? The person who writes them down January 1st and they might like put it on their wall somewhere, but that's it? Or the person who writes down their goals every single day and is looking to try to achieve those? So if more you write down your goals, more you think about them, and more action you take, the closer you are to completing your goals. And at the very least, you'll know, you know, you'll be productive, and you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're gonna like where you end up at the end of year 2014. So my little rant for y'all today is, you know, it's beginning of 2014. If you're watching this video later, it doesn't matter what day it is. Begin now. Begin today. Begin right this second. Take massive action. Whatever you want to accomplish in life, go after it. You know, don't worry about money. Money will come. You know, if you live with a purpose, you have a purpose, and you know, it's going to cost you at first. You know, you need to go out and buy that book, you know, go buy the material you need to improve at whatever you want to improve at, and then you have to take massive action. Like, you know, if you want to get better at Madden, you see a couple of the better Madden people, and you're like, man, I want to be able to play like they do, whether it's me or whoever it is out there. You know, you have to take massive action. You know, you have to, you know, get the guide, and then you have to take action about it by actually getting in the lab, going over the different stuff, and then it's all about situational plays and, you know, making it happen. So that's my little advice to y'all. You know, I've been taking more and more as I get older and older. I'm taking more and more action to achieve my goals instead of just like wasting my time. Yeah, you can waste some time. You know, play Madden, watch some YouTube videos. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, overcommit and over-deliver in everything you do, and you're gonna be able to sleep well at night and not do the whole what if game, because, you know, life goes by fast, and you know, older and older I'm getting, faster and faster life keeps on going. So, you know, my advice is take massive action now. Write down your goals every day, and you're gonna get closer and closer to achieving those. So I wish the best for your 2014. You know, whatever you have planned, make it happen. So, all right, so it's 14-0. We both took the 49ers. You know, we're going into halftime right here. You know, it's been a you know, a weird game so far as I'm watching back, but here we go. We hit him with the deep bomb to make it 7-14. Making a little comeback in this game. Started off slow, made some mistakes, and you know, I was able to hit this guy up a couple more times during this game. He left the long ball. He didn't have deep coverage a couple times. He had like a zero safety look, and so I was able to bomb, you know, to hit him deep a couple times. And look at that. He misses the field goal going into halftime, and I got ball back, so I was able to keep it a one-score game, getting ball going into half. So I feel like I haven't played too well, but I was able to stay in the game and then get the ball back. And look at this, man. Once again, he doesn't have any high safeties right here. Now he's switched over to having 2 high safeties, but the wheel route was able to get him deep. The wheel routes of running backs are just so overpowered this game. But I was able to stay in the game by just keep plugging away. And since I got the ball back, and I'm just really I keep looking now. I keep zoning in every play. Now, you know, I'm in the red zone, so it doesn't matter. But I keep looking now if I can beat him deep for a quick touchdown, since he's giving me some looks with no deep safety. So every time I'm on my offense, that's what I'm looking to get, is a quick score by doing that. Right here, this game was actually played earlier in the year. Early on, it was running me and Mad Hatter's custom playbook that we came out with. If you want to look at it, you want to take massive action, you know, I used this to get in the top 100 earlier in the year. You know, go purchase that guide and take massive action. I updated it as well. So look at that, break Frank Gore. My Frank Gore doesn't break tackles like that. That's how you always think if you play against the same team. You're like, man, his Frank Gore, his Marshawn Lynch is a lot better than mine. So he goes up 21-14. Have a little trips play, drag. Was looking for the drag route, and the 2 crossing routes wasn't open. And then I was going to try to hit him with the deep post, but I got sacked right whenever I was about to throw. So now I have a 3rd and 3. He is bringing the house, and once again, guys, like I was saying earlier, I hit him up deep. I finally recognized that he was leaving the deep guys open. So he was blitzing heavy every once in a while, and every time he was blitzing heavy, I would always audible into a pass play, make sure to streak a couple different guys, and see if and Lockett's pretty fast. You know, the Niners don't have a lot of speedsters, but Lockett is definitely pretty quick. So I was able to beat him over the top. That's the 2nd time, so I got 14 points off that. You know, you want to play bend but not break defense on this just Madden, because you can't play shutdown defense. It's really hard to shut, you know, good players out at least. So right there, I sent a blitz on 2nd and 8. I sent a dual edge heat. He came screaming at him, but he was able to get the corner out off just in time. Look at this. He's trying to get back, and y'all saw my play of the year craziest play of the year from Madden 12. You know, I intercepted the ball, and Cromartie fell on was on top of his players. Oh, no, it was Madden 13. He fell on top of like 4 or 5 players on a pile, and they got back up and scored. That video was crazy. If you go to my homepage, you'll see I hit like my most popular videos. It has like 85,000 views. Just crazy. It was a pretty crazy play, and I can't believe it got that many views. That's insane. That was definitely my highest viewed video. And then also, if you go to my home screen, you will also see I made a couple playlists about a month ago, and one of them is all my tips I've come out with this year. Once again, look, no deep safety. My guy burns the corner off the break. Right after the snap, and I was able to get another cheap touchdown. So that's 21 points off him not adjusting. And then I get a pick to seal the game here. I just gotta get 1 first down. So, but if you go to my main channel page, I have videos versus top players, like some tournament players as well as players in the top 100, and I have another list of all my different tips and schemes that I've released to y'all. That's free, so if you want to check out all that stuff, definitely go do that. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. You know, let's kick off this new year big time. Let's do it big. Let's take a massive action, baby. Let's go do this. So I'm kneeling out the ball, able to kick the game-winning field goal with only 4 seconds left as time expires, and get the W, 31-28. So once again, Happy New Year's, and take massive action. We will see you on the sticks.
I'm sure it doesn't get much better than that for a kicker. The game winner at the end. No.